welcome to the 4th episode of The Mystery of Melody, a mystery musical where we discover if the myths and legends of Melody Glimmerbloom and the Misty Spiral Inn are true. Of course, before we get things started, we have to do our Gilding Light announcements, and first and foremost, don't forget to tune in right here, twitch.tv/GildingLight, Friday at 1 p.m. Pacific for a new episode of A Song in the Heart. And of course, Siren Battle of the Bards is less than $1,000 away from unlocking its next stretch goal. It's phenomenal. Thank you all so much for all of the support. It's been crazy seeing everything and how quickly we got to the first goal. Just phenomenal. And of course, be sure to back this project and let's see what VIP guest writer gets revealed next. Upcoming writers include Critical Bard, Han Cholo, Amy Vorpal, Fenway Jones, and Mitch Iverson writing custom side quests, NPCs, locations, and items. And I apologize if I pronounced anyone's names wrong because I'm terrible at it. You can also back Siren's Battle of the Bards on a digital level and get the campaign and settings for your favorite virtual tabletops, including Shard, Fantasy Grounds, Roll20, and Foundry VTT. You can get more information at thebardbook.com. And of course, our cast is powered by your tips. So if you would like to support us, our cats, our dogs, our snakes, I don't know what other kind of pets everyone's got. Someone's got a chinchilla, I'm sure. You can go to streamlabs.com/gildinglight/tip and make sure to use the hashtag TMOM in your donation. And not only are you supporting our lovely cast here, as well as Gilding Light, but your donations can also affect the game. $5 gets us an inspiration, $10 disadvantage, $20 advantage, $30 hit dice, and $50 wild magic. Alcuin already got, well, I guess a dirge, not necessarily Alcuin. Dirge got an extra charisma bonus, which is just awesome. Jelly.
I mean, I'd like to think that I got it as well. I mean, I feel like the chat is that powerful that it spilled over into my real life.
Into your real life charisma. You are very charismatic. We were actually looking at everyone's pictures and being like, what's going on with us in these pictures? Like, London's a model. Paladin's scared shitless about something that's over there. We've decided that, Alcuin is probably some kind of like boss that we have to fight, or maybe romance. I don't know.
Why not both?
Madame Gandalf be? We didn't want to talk about her behind her back, so maybe a cook, right? She'd be the chef. She'd be cooking us meals.
Yeah, I can see like chef or just general debauchery of with lots of singing involved.
I mean,
so a bard.
Yeah, a bard. I kind of live my life as a bard. I like a halfling bard, really.
Let's be real. We all are bards.
I'm sorry, check my screen name. How dare you? I
mean, you are entertaining people right now, Paladin. You are a paladin pretending to be a bard, or a bard pretending to be a paladin.
Or you're a multi-class. Thank you, London. Yes.
Oh, gross. You all disgust me. How dare you? That's slander.
A spoony bard.
Gross.
A spoony bard.
Extra points to anyone in the chat who gets that reference.
That's a different type of bard.
It's a deep cut. It's a very deep cut. Stay tuned and we'll explain it after the show.
All right. We do a lot of discussing things in our after shows. But of course, with that, shall we get our episode 4 started? All right. Last episode, our band of bards decided to investigate a bookshelf in the library in the Misty Spiral Inn, because Dirge had felt some kind of entity behind it the previous night. Sardar found a peculiar ballerina upon the shelf, and upon spinning it a few times, opened up to a secret area behind. The four made their way through the dark corridor with the light of Ava's stars, finding traps upon traps until a giant boulder came tumbling down the stairway, and Cesar quickly tried to open the doorway into the next room after getting his legs stuck in the doorway. They then found themselves in a room with 4 tree statues and a spiraling bowl with a giant hole in the center. They tried to make their way to the first cubby on the left, with one of the trees, and a battle ensues as the tree comes to life and a large shadowy figure joins the encounter. We return as our camera pans upon our bards as they defeat the tree, and the shadowy figure is covered by the large boulder that had chased them into the room. What do you say to one another?
I've got so much slime on my leg and my hands. I'm so deeply uncomfortable right now.
So this is about par for the course. This is what we expected to find down here. So yes.
Is it? Is slime what you expect to find down here?
Well, I mean, dungeon, yeah. Things get dirty if you don't have a way of cleaning them up, I guess.
Sure.
I guess I do.
This goes down further,
deeper.
right? Yeah.
The deeper, the dirtier, is what I've heard.
I'm still regaining my sight.
Yeah.
I can barely see.
Look, it was just a piece of bark on your eyes. I'm sure you're fine.
Okay, that's true. I just don't like having that, hindered. And I'm trying to look out for traps.
No one likes anything in their eyes.
All right. So we found the way in. Now, what is the way? I don't dare say out, but further into the depths.
Seriously, do any of you have like a spare cloth or something?
Eva's going to pull out a long, also very soiled cloth and try and hand it over to Sarah.
So Sarah looks at the cloth and just, you're not going to get it back. You're not going to want it back. Is that fine?
I have no sentimental value to this one, I will admit. Though there does have a very nice embroidery of a little lightning bolt there in the corner.
Oh, that's real nice. That's real nice. I'm going to start wiping the Nickelodeon gack off my arms and limbs.
Yikes.
So,
consider it a gift.
Some time to clean. Are you just trying to clean your...
Yeah, I mean, do we want to move into one of these alcoves and take a bit of a breather, or I know some of us were
in the alcove. 3 of you are in the first alcove to the left. There is another one about 60 feet, depending on the way that you go, in front of you, and then there's 2 a lot across the way, and then there's the hole in the center. And Eva is still on the other side, by the door, off.
Is anyone uninjured? Is probably a better question.
I wish I could say that was me.
Yeah, to be fair, you do look pretty banged up. I'm going to cast Cure Wounds on myself.
Okay.
At 4th level.
Gersh sees this comment followed by healing himself and smirks and nods yeah, that's how you do it, Sarah.
Rub it in, will you, okay?
Nice. You've got
I have taught you well.
You're all right.
I'm going to cast Cure Wounds at 2nd level on Starter.
Okay. Thank you.
I mean, all of this is quite outside of my expertise, but I think with a short bit of study and reflection, I might be able to regain my typical fortitude.
Sure.
That and, maybe I could compose an inspiring speech or maybe do some shadow puppetry or something that would make the rest, put a song in our hearts.
So you're wanting to take a short rest? Is that what your goal is?
Yes, that is what I'm saying. Interact that way.
Real quick. I cast Cure Wounds at 2nd level. D&D Beyond, when I rolled it at 4th level for 48, gave me 16 hit points. Rolling it with my normal dice gave 17 for 2d8 plus 5. Started to recover 17 hit points, and I hate D&D Beyond's dice roller.
That is a very small sample set. One roll.
Decide
That's
what you would
anecdotal.
like to use.
One roll. Thank you.
Are we doing that now? Are we rolling actual dice and digital dice and just picking which one is better?
Has London bought new dice since the last episode?
None since the last episode, but you've reminded me, so probably before the next. Thank you.
I mean, it all depends on how many tips we get, I guess.
That's true.
It's true.
More tips, more dice for London. That's true.
Hope your local dice manga, please.
Please, he needs
Dice
the dice.
border.
He eats them.
Enable him in this new addiction.
This new dice addiction.
I'm
All
down
of us
to
already
take.
have.
I'm down to take a short rest because we all have Song of Rest, I believe.
Sure. Note that it has only been like 5 minutes since she woke up.
I know. I mean, if you measure by the amount of banter and all that, there was me arriving fashionably late for breakfast, having already eaten. Then there was a lot of chit chat and trap circumnavigation.
Maybe 30 minutes since you woke up.
So there would have been a time for a nap, and we may not be sleeping. We may just be engaged in light reading or
okay.
you know,
You
moments.
definitely couldn't take a long rest, but you can take a short rest, sure.
I mean, I think a good hour of just character development and sharing stories about ourselves, except for me. I mean, but I'd love to learn
Sure.
more about the rest of you.
So your plan is to chill in this alcove. Are you gonna get Eva over here? Because she's still on the other side.
She can turn into a bird.
Oh yeah.
She can just
Come over.
slowly walk her little star or float her little star self around the edge and not have to do any like crazy checks versus what you guys were doing. You were like going the fast route. Granted, there was a giant boulder coming your way.
I guess especially if we are about to have a short rest, Eva will use a wild shape to transform into a small bird.
Okay.
And because yeah, I'll use up 2 of the 3, but then a short rest she'll get 1 back. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to like flip everyone off there. Sorry.
Way to go, Madam Gandalf.
Tell me how you
really
really feel.
Just
This because we left her in the other alcove. She's just like, oh yeah, you're healing over there. Good.
I'm so sorry. Anyway,
You're turning into something nice, like a nightingale, right? Not a horrible raven like Cesare's.
Hey.
I must admit I was thinking along the crow line initially, but I guess in a way I need to go for something kind of maybe a blue jay. There we go. Let's go for a blue jay. We'll go more with the like tone of her. Yeah, so we'll go with the blue jay. Little blue jay starts like going flits over and joins you all for the short rest where she will meditate with Lucy.
And now we play a game. Perhaps not the most dangerous game, but an important one. Will we be able to rest for 1 hour without being disturbed?
We shall see. You know what? Since you asked, why don't you roll me a 1d6?
I mean, if we were to encounter something, it would be truly random.
Yeah, roll me a 1d6.
Sorry, I'm really enamored by the idea of, now it's time to play a date. That's when I have to play a game. He says, taking out a revolver, run.
Dive in the hole. Please.
I'm going to count to 20.
No, but for real, Alcuin, roll me a d6.
Okay.
Going to count to 20, starting from 19.
3.
All right. You wanted low. You know, normally you want high, but we got to change it up on you for
Delightfully
the-
average.
Yeah. You're good. You rest. If you rolled a 5 or 6, something would have happened. I won't tell you what.
So we are all bards, right? Of at least 2nd level.
Yeah. Oh,
Cool.
2nd level? I'm not sure if everyone's above 2nd level.
At least 2nd level for Song of Rest to kick in for all of us.
I think I probably ended up pressuring Cesare into actually performing after suggesting it myself. So
Yes,
tell me,
everyone
Cesare,
is above level 2 in Bard, yes.
Cool.
how did you amuse us?
You gonna sing for us, Paladin?
Oh, absolutely not. No.
Oh, come on! Everyone else has sang, kind of. Well, London did like a drum beat for us.
do.
Listen, Cesare's tired, so no. It's been a long 5 minutes since he woke up.
All right, what do you do to entertain us? Entertain me.
He's just gonna pluck away, puberty right there. He's gonna pluck away at his lute. Just kind of play something kind of low and kind of soothing, trying to mellow out our pumping adrenaline fueled hearts from running away from a boulder, literally a downward hallway spiral staircase full of arsenic, and then trying to be killed by a thing made of like dark mushroom stuff, and also this giant statue. It hasn't been a good 5 minutes, so just something that would kind of mellow us all out. And Song of Rest is going to activate for that. Which, because I'm level 9 bard or higher, because I didn't multi-class like some of you, everybody gets an additional 7 points of healing back if they spend at least 1 hit die to recover.
And you can spend... You have a lot of hit die to use. Because you get pretty much 1 per level that you can use before a long rest. So, if you use a hit die, you'll get extra bonus from Paladin, or from Cessair. Is there anything else anyone wants to do? I guess you can't really do much because you're mostly chilling. So take back what you get for your rest. Get the hit dice if you want, and let me know when you're ready to go.
Aha, there it is. I was trying to find where on earth it was. Dee. Did that work? Whoa.
And to reiterate to the viewers back home who are watching whilst everyone is taking their short rest actions, we are level 10. All of them are level 10. We have various different groups. Cessair is a level 10 bard. Dirge is level 6 bard for wizard. Eva is...
necromancer, excuse you.
It says wizard, but yeah, sure.
It should say best
necromancer. Eva is a level 6 bard and a 4 druid. And then we have Sada, who is a fighter 2 and bard 8. And of course, if you'd like to affect the game, you can donate. There's a whole bunch of goodies that will pop up on the screen here. Or I think you can maybe do a command in chat that will let you affect the game. I'll paste them in chat too, so you can.
I was interested earlier to know what other colleges do we have represented here? I assumed that Sardo was a College of Valor bar?
I forget at this point. College of Swords. College of Swords. I have.
Oh.
Yes.
Mm.
Indeed.
Is there any RP that you want to go down before you take your next actions in this room?
I think Eva will find herself like with Cessair's calming music, just kind of humming along, not trying to be too obnoxious about it. Just that will be part of her meditation as well, is joining in with Cessair and like the humming.
Okay.
She's having a moment where she's feeling really hippy dippy, man. She's wanting to try and see all the colors if she can.
Well, if these two are going to hum, then I'm going to ask gentle questions of Serdar and try to get as much of his life story out of him as possible.
Oh yeah, sure. You have an hour, so I'm not IRL, but like in game.
Tell me of your great deeds and adventures.
My great deeds and adventures. Well, as you know, I served in the service for many years, sitting high above the armies as they marched on, signaling the advancements of the enemies. That's where I got the eye.
So you were in a lot of wars, I take it.
A student, if you will.
Did you win?
Depends on the term win. I don't think that there are many winners in games of war. True winners. I mean, yes, there's a winner and a loser, but can we change the subject?
The winners are the ones who get to write history, is what I'm told.
I mean, that's true. Yeah, this is the past.
When you're responding to him, are you maybe trying to hide something at all? As you're like, sure, yeah, the winners. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Sardar is just trying to shake it off. He's trying to change the subject.
Yeah. do you want to roll a deception to see
Yes.
if... Yeah, and then Dirge roll a... There's something going on
Insight.
here, folks.
Contested insight deception roll.
Yes, insight to deception rolls. And then you can RP out how that works.
All right.
18 from Dirge.
Yeah.
6 from me.
Oh. Dirge sees through it all.
The inflection in your words, the small tensing of your eye when you describe this conflict. I believe there's more to this than you're telling me, but that's fine. There's great value in secrets, and you're able to tell the story however you like.
The winners you speak of, ultimately, it wasn't our people. And I carry this burden with me to this day. I mean, it's no secret. It's just I'm not really proud of it. You know what I mean? But as far as secrets go, about you, I know you're not from around these parts.
Oh, no, I mean, I consider myself an open book, but I mean, there's just not that much to know, you know? I'm a bit of a cad, an adventurer of sorts. I mean, if there's anything truly interesting, I'll tell you, but, you know, there just hasn't been yet. I'm quite young, you see, you know? Especially to one such as yourself, of full elven blood. My life has been but the blink of an eye to you.
Yes. I mean, that's true, but you carry yourself with this older soul. Have you heard that before?
Yes, I have. I will say this. I feel like I sometimes worry that I'm making decisions not about who I want to be, but who I would like to not be. And so I would prefer to be more creative as opposed to reactive, if that means anything. And I have not been very successful up to this point. But that can be something for all of us, a journey of self-discovery, of individuality and purpose.
I feel like that's something that will definitely get in these walls, dungeons even.
Yeah, so I'm sure we'll fight many interesting things. One of us will probably perish and, you know, of course we'll mourn them terribly, but, you know, we'll carry on.
I hope that doesn't happen, and I'll do my best to make sure that that does not transpire.
Oh, especially if it's me.
It's not going to happen.
You'll certainly try. Oh, they've stopped humming. Is it done? Is that the end of it?
Perhaps. Cessair? Eva?
Eva's just kind of eyeing suspiciously over to where Dirge and Sidar are. She has an inkling that Dirge is up to something,
Oh, when
but she
am I
doesn't know
not?
what. Exactly. So she's just come out of her thing, just noticing, like, hang on a moment. You're not here with the music. And is just looking over sourly.
I was listening very intently, and it was influencing the conversation that Sardar and I had. I think it brought out the best in us. And I certainly feel very rested.
I feel... yeah, go ahead.
Cessair is trying to teach us familiar how to pluck strings, thus the music stopping.
Roll me an animal handling.
Oh, but do I have to, though? Oh, no.
I mean,
The DM commands
you're
it.
trying to teach your, familiar how to pluck strings. So yeah.
2, 2.
I mean, it's hard enough to get me to teach my cats to sit.
That is a 13.
Ooh. I think you see, this is a little bird, right, with a little bow tie. It kind of hops over and it grabs its mouth onto the string that you're holding onto, and you're showing it to pluck, and it plucks a few of them, and you hear the ting, ting of each of them. It doesn't quite do it in the order that you want, but it's learning. It's just not quite there. And it kind of, after it plucks one of them, it looks at you and cocks its head and kind of turns in that kind of strange bird way.
I give it a thumbs up every single time it plugs a string. Even if it's like not in the correct order, just like, I'm happy for you.
Yeah, positive reinforcement.
It opens its mouth, but it doesn't quite make noise. You know how sometimes birds will just like open their mouth and like move their tongues, but they don't like make a voice sound?
It's like a blep. They do a little blep.
Yeah. I don't know how to... I don't know if anyone else has had a bird before, but I've had a bird who sometimes talked, but sometimes when it was just like, yeah, it's just like, like opened its mouth at you. It's doing that. And then it kind of, it shakes its head up and down and kind of like walks back and forth and then goes back over and starts plucking one. And then it waits patiently for you to tell it it's doing a good job.
A good bird. Good buddy.
Yeah, and so this transpires for like the end of your rest as everyone comes to feeling well rested, although the room itself kind of echoing with the humming sound of Eva and Césaire, and as the humming comes to an end, you hear that final echo against the walls and into this deep hole, and then silence.
All right. So are we ready to proceed? I assume that the only way down is through that opening in the center. And I mean, we have rope, and some of you are quite brave.
How many of us can turn into a bird and fly?
Sounds perfect for you.
I'm going to sit down and transfer my consciousness into my bird.
Okay.
And have it wet at the edge of the alcove for Ava.
All right. So you having it go to the bottom of the hole. Correct.
Yeah, that's my intention if Ava's down for it too.
Eva, are you down with that?
Absolutely.
Are you changing into your bird form then? Or you're already in a bird form? Because you used it to fly over to them.
I guess I never changed back. Okay, so
No.
it's even funnier thinking.
Wild shape lasts an hour, though, doesn't it? Doesn't wild shape only last an hour?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You could be just turning out, so you'd have to use your transformation again. But you did get it back, so you could just use it again.
Yeah. I'll just use it again. So
Okay.
I'm a bluebird again. Or blue jay, sorry. Blue jay. Yeah. And yeah, I'll flit on down.
Actually,
The
what's
whole-
your druid level?
4.
It lasts 2 hours then.
So you don't have to use it. Uncheck that.
All right, I'll stay a bird. So it's an angry bird that stares down dirt from afar.
We're going to get a copyright strike out of that. Be careful.
No angry birds in here. No, just kidding.
Look, I don't know why we get one. It's just like a very large bird, red feathered, large
kind of
eyebrows.
You are kind of doing an angry bird situation here where you're going to like pluck something into a hole. I don't know. Some strange stuff going on. All right, so what's the plan? What you guys are both you're going into your bird's consciousness. You're transforming into a bird. What's the plan here?
I'm gonna fly down into that hole and see what we can see.
Okay, so you're both just going to go down, fly down, hover a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Probably should have been an owl.
All right.
Excellent surveillance.
You both make your way down this corridor. And you find it, as you're getting closer and closer to this opening, it's feeling colder and colder. Temperature, chilly. Your little feathers kind of on edge and fluffing up a little bit to give you a little bit more warmth. And as you get to the ledge, do you kind of sit on the ledge or do you hover and look down?
I'm down to hover and look down.
Yeah, hover was what I was thinking too.
All right.
Not
Roll
trusting
me-
any surfaces at the moment while I'm feeling nippy like this.
I guess
Oof.
my question next is, are you trying to be kind of stealthy about looking in, or are you just kind of flying down and looking in?
I want to be bird-like.
maybe-
Non-suspicious
There you
bird.
go.
Maybe not so...
The eyebrows do it. The eyebrows
want
definitely
to-
do it.
putting on a performance to really make it look like you're just a bird flying in, right?
Flying down a cave like normal bird behavior.
I don't think Cessair has to roll anything for this, but you will. Roll me a performance. And my next question here for you is, as you're looking down in there, what are you looking for in particular? Because that will change what. Dang, 20. Girl, you a bird.
I'm a bird.
No suspiciousness action happening here. What are you looking for in particular? Because that will change kind of how I perceive this role going. Or maybe I might just have an answer for you, depending on what you're looking for. As you look down into this dark hole.
I guess Eva's now intrigued why it's getting so cold.
Man, you can draw, homie. Straight bourbon.
Straight bourbon.
Oh, no, you need to be
Bourbon.
holding a bourbon.
Yes, I
I
was
was gonna
just
say-
thinking bourbon with bourbon.
Yeah. Paladin's like, all right, weird request.
Tucky
I mean, do you want me to
bourbon.
play this game, or I can just draw the whole time? I mean,
I mean,
I will
you
do
love me
both.
some fan art. I mean,
Eva's definitely going to kind of look to Cessair for like where to go, because her mind's going to the cold, and is going like,
The bird is just gonna look at Ava and just
Fold.
back at the alcove. Cessair's gonna say, "Do you think Ava understands that I can actually talk in bird form through my familiar?"
You could just see that this is
when
like
you say that, Dirge looks very shocked because he's been plaiting your hair. He's been doing a braid, and he.
he
I'm
can't
sorry.
feel it.
I thought you were somewhere else. I was just giving you a makeover.
Gonna
he
follow up
actually
with,
can't feel you braiding his hair, so.
Sardar's
doesn't
just
know.
watching from the sideline, like,
So this goes over, and then it's under. Then you twist and see. They've never looked better.
it is an improvement.
Eva will continue to go down to look for any signs of life.
So you're looking for signs of life, right? So Sarah, what are you looking for? As you're looking down.
any movement or any kind of architecture.
Okay. Both of you roll me perception checks then for what you're looking for.
Oof, not as strong.
Right?
19.
Ooh. Eva, you look down and you're looking, you see slight glint of light down below, and it gets your attention because it's pulsating very faintly. It looks like a gray, dim light, but as you look closer, you can see that there are tiny little mushrooms just slightly pulsating in a very light color, like almost like a gray. And when you look further down into this hole, it's almost monochromatic, very gray and white and black down there. Cessair, for you, as you're looking down, you're looking for some kind of like sign of life or some kind of structure, and you see the mushrooms as well. So perhaps those have some life form in them. They are kind of pulsing. And you see along the side of the wall where the nice, that's great, dude. where the mushrooms are slightly pulsating light. Along the cavern wall, you can see a shadow, and it slightly moves out of the light.
Gonna fly down and tap Ava and point with my beak over at the movement that I saw.
Yeah, you point, and because you rolled a 19 and you were able to you were able to see it very quickly before it goes away out of the darkness or out of the light, so it hides itself. back into the darkness. Eva, you also see this because of how quickly Cesar notifies you to it. But it's almost like the instant you see it, it disappears into the darkness. It realizes that you see it, its shadow on the wall.
My bird is going to start flying a little closer to it's going to get like a good ways away while it can still be seen and just kind of...
If you go down further into this hole, Sardar and Dirge will not be able to see you, just so you know. You're okay with that.
I am okay with that.
All right.
We have
They
great
are
faith in
looking
you.
at the bird anyways.
All right. You go further down. What are you trying to be stealthy about making your way through, or?
Yeah, I'm going to be stealthy, make my way downtown.
All right. Roll me a stealth check as you kind of try to lightly float down and not make a lot of sounds with your wings and cover yourself in the darkness that's down below. It's going to be a fairly easier DC just because of how dark it is down there.
Cool. 29.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, you're down in the dark, in the dankness. Ooh. All right. Gotta see my.
If they're going to be down there for a while, I'm going to cast Comprehend Languages as a ritual. I mean, I've still got Jeeves going, given that it's only been, maybe, how long has it been since we messed with the traps and such?
You used Jeeves to open the door, right? Or to hold the door closed. And
That was one of the things he did, yeah.
And to go down and
to do some
stand
trap
on
slapping,
the
yeah.
Trap, yeah. It was the thing that made the stuff come down, right? It has been not that long. Well, now since you took an hour, so it's been like an hour and 5 minutes.
Oh, sorry. Okay, if it's been an hour, then he's gone.
It's been about an hour and a 5 because you took an hour break.
Yeah. Well, he will be missed.
Forget about the rest.
But I am going to be efficient in my use of this time, and I'm going to cast Comprehend Languages as a ritual while they're burbing it up.
Yeah, the library and to this room was only like 5 minutes, but a lot happened in 5 minutes. But you took your hour short rest as well. All right, cool. Sardar, are you doing anything?
Yeah. I'm trying to read this. I was gonna cast something. No, but Sardar, he's going to try to leave where he is right now and just kind of get a little closer towards this big opening that they've kind of gone in, just to be prepared if he needs to dive.
You just
in.
want to be on the ledge, ready?
Yeah,
to,
yeah.
Like, okay, because it
But
is it's like 90 feet deep.
Yeah. Out of
Okay.
sight. Out of sight from over it.
Yeah, you're kind of like over, but kind of crouched down, so there's
Mhm.
like no line of sight. Okay,
Mhm.
cool.
Yes.
Cesar, you are very stealthy. Eva, you see your other burb companion fly down into the hole. Do you join and follow, or do you stay hovering in the opening?
I think Eva will stay kind of hovering by the opening. She'll go down to see if she can at least try and keep Cesare in eye, like within eye,
Okay.
but is trying to avoid going any deeper. You can her heart is starting to get a little bit more scared as she's getting deeper and can't start to see the sky so much.
You can see, I like to say that as companions, you can see each other. So it's not like someone disappears on you that make it really awkward.
Okay.
You can see Cesare, but they're very well hidden. You can see that they clearly have a lot of talent when it comes to flying. They're gliding where normally most people might need to flap. They're very much keeping quiet and kind of staying out of the light. And even with the pulsating mushrooms, keeping away from where the light is hitting the edges of the cavern. Cesare.
I can see it's not your first fight.
Yeah. Cesare, what are you doing now?
So, okay, thinking here. Do I still see that figure?
As you get further in, you don't quite see the figure, but you do see more of those mushrooms, and you can tell that down below is actually like a pit of water, it looks like. But it doesn't quite look like water. It just, from looking at it, it looks like water upon first initial look, but if you were to kind of swoop down and get closer to it, it doesn't have the texture of water, and you can't see through it. It's so dark, and it's like a black hole. And as you look into the cavern hole, you can see it's lined with these mushrooms that are slowly pulsating, and down further, just a slight glimpse of something move. You rolled really well earlier on your perception, so I'm gonna let that carry.
Can I make out any details about the figure? About the thing that's moving?
With your 19, I would say that you would assume that it's probably that giant shadowy mushroom creature, just of the sheer size of the shadow that is moving and the shape of it.
I'm
Here's
kind
that
of far.
maybe you didn't defeat it.
Gotcha. All right. How's it looking when it's walking? Is it like slow? Is it trying to like stay hidden from me? What vibe am I picking up here?
Roll me a nature check to understand like this creature's natural being. Like, how well do you know mushroom creatures and their personalities?
Listen, Cesare is about 2 steps away from screaming at the side of grass, so that is a grand total of 15.
Okay. A 15 is pretty good. It looks like it's not harmed, if that's what you're looking for. It's not like limping, but it looks like it's very slowly moving, and methodically, like it knows where it's going. It's intelligent. You've maybe seen some other types of plant-like creatures, maybe not a mushroom like this, but that is odd for it to be move in the way that it does move.
Gotcha. I'm gonna speak out loud to Sarder and Dirge. The thing we were fighting from before is still alive. I'm keeping an eye on it now. Not really jumping quite yet.
So is it?
I still can't hear any of you.
Oh.
Hello.
No, be quiet. He's been they're being a quiet bird.
Got it.
Going to point out this.
And you would know each other. You guys have been together for a long time, so you would know that he can't talk back to you.
I feel like I would have to remind them every now and then, though.
Probably.
If I have, like, it's a weird ability, and like
You're
not
all
many people
very
have this ability as
talkative
bards.
people, so I feel like your first reaction is to talk.
Oh, I forgot again. Oh.
So my bird's gonna keep an eye on this figure, trying to stay hidden as much as possible.
Okay. Yeah, and you do. You are hidden, and you are slowly getting closer. And you make your way to what appears to be a little alcove in this cavern. How far away can you fly be away from your bird?
Let's find out together.
Ooh, okay.
Because that's a thing
Because that will differentiate how far you're able to get.
I can put it 100 feet away from me.
Okay, so you cannot get to this alcove.
Because if
it's about 90 to get down into the hole, and if you're gonna go 10 more for the 100, you get just to the point where you can see it moving its way somewhere.
Okay. Gonna speak out loud to Sarder and Dirge. It's getting sort of out of my field of vision. I don't want to break eye contact, but it's starting to move farther and farther away down. There's quite a lot going on down here.
I'm gonna, if the 10 minutes aren't up, I'm gonna cancel my casting of comprehend languages, and instead I want to use the cantrip message.
Ooh.
To be able to talk to Cesare's bird companion that they're inhabiting right now.
Sure. Do you have to be able to see that creature?
If you know them,
Yeah.
are they 120 feet from me?
They're 100 feet from you right now.
Would
Okay.
you need to? Because message goes to the target's mind.
It says you can cast the spell through solid objects if you're familiar with the target and know
You're
it is
familiar.
beyond the barrier.
Yeah, and you know you kind of know what's beyond the barrier. He's been explaining to you. Or they have, sorry. I'm sorry.
It's all good.
So, given that you don't see any way, does it seem like the lair of this creature and a dead end? Or can you see some other way out that proceeds that maybe we could sneak past if that's the case?
Seems lair-ish. There's a drop into some water and then mushrooms. It's its home. If there's another exit out of here, I haven't seen it quite yet.
Well, then perhaps you should just come back and we should find another way. I don't see any reason to disturb this creature in its home. Unless it's got some treasure or something, or you think it could be turned into valuable spell components. But other than that, I mean, maybe we should try to find another way down.
DM, can you please remind me, it's been a week. Is there any other exits out of this above chamber?
You all didn't look. Like, you didn't take time to really look for another exit. The amount of time you took was to observe the room, and then you're trying to make your way to the alcove, and then a combat situation occurred.
Okay. Do you see any other ways through the current room we're all in?
Oh, would I be able to hear that?
I'm saying it out loud.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Cool.
Zera's body
You
is
can
saying
hear
it.
everything Cesare is saying. You can't hear what Dirge is saying.
Saying back.
Well, are you speaking into the message thing? Or are you just saying it in
I'm
your
saying
mind?
it out loud.
No, I meant Dirge.
Oh, sorry.
Oh no, I'm just gesticulating with an extended
So you
digit.
can't hear what Dirge is saying, but you can hear what Cesare is saying.
And as soon as I hear that, I'd like to kind of get up and start investigating the perimeter.
Yeah. All right, give me an investigation check.
All right, let's do it. It was on 18 and it ran to 2, so it's a 3.
Aw, it's a 3. You look around and you can see the 3 alcoves. You can see the statues that are in each of the alcoves. You can see the opening to the door that's swung open now because of the boulder that smacked it. You can actually see where the indents where the boulder hit. And you see this giant hole in the bottom. That's all you see as far as like areas out or possible areas where there might be a way out.
Maybe I should give this a try, as I am known to be a bit more detail-oriented.
Okay.
All right, give me an investigation check. 18. Ooh. You kind of stand at the ledge, maybe kind of prop yourself a little bit in between the alcove that you're in and the alcove that's further into the room, and peer around. You definitely think you could go down into this hole and find a way out, but also part of the wall in the far end does look a little bit different than the rest of the wall, in between the 2 alcoves that is at the far end, opposite to the door that you came through.
I mean, the rules don't seem to be consistent in this place, which is fairly standard given magical architecture. But there is a transition in materials over there, if you notice, between 2 different types of stone, which is rather unusual. Perhaps that's where you should start, Sada.
Sada, you look over there and it doesn't quite look that way to you. The wall just kind of looks like a wall. But you don't maybe know stone as well as Dirge, perhaps? I don't know.
Yeah, so I'll head in the general direction, and instead of looking for the distinctions in the stone pieces, since I can't notice them, I'm just gonna look around for any more sort of trapped areas, anything that looks dangerous.
Yeah. And roll me investigation as you make your way. Are you kind of being stealthy about walking there? Are you trying to be quiet? You will have
Not
to
necessarily.
You will have to go past the other alcove to get to that wall. If you want to just shimmy your way along the ledge.
Yeah. So I wouldn't be loud, but I'd be kind of quiet going around
Okay.
it. Would I have to roll stealth for that?
I mean, if you're not trying to stealth, then you're fine. But if you are trying to be stealthy, then that's it. You
9.
tell me what you're trying to do.
No. I rolled a 9.
Okay. 9 for stealth, or 9 for your investigation?
For investigation.
Okay. You shimmy your way to the wall. It's going to take a while. While you're shimmying your way to the wall, Cessair, you've made it to the edge of where you can go with your bird spirit. What do you want to do next?
Is that thing that's moving away from me? How far can I see it move away? Like, do I see any walls on this downstairs section?
Yeah. What you see before you is kind of like this tunnel that's a cavern, and then it goes pretty far deep. Because of the lights of the pulsating mushrooms and how well you rolled with your perception, you can see that it goes pretty far down, maybe like 40 feet, and then it curves to the left, and then you're not really sure. As the creature slowly makes their way, it looks like it is moving fairly slow. Like, it's not going very fast, but it is trying to stay in the shadows, so whenever the light pulses, it holds and waits for the light to go away, and then it moves, but ever so slightly. You see maybe like a little edge of a mushroom cap, or a tiny tendril of a little bit of its stem. So you just see bits of it, but you know what it looks like. So you're looking for those little tiny noticeable things in the shadows as it makes its way past these pulsating lights. And I think that's where Sardar that amount of time is about the time that Sardar makes it to the wall. Sardar, you make it to the wall. You're touching the wall. You do not see. It looks like a wall to you now, especially now that you're up against it. Yeah, part of it does look a little bit different than the other part now that you're close. And because Dirge pointed it out to you, it does look like it's maybe a different type of stone. Not necessarily like a drastically different type of stone, but maybe it looks like it's been there. It's like newer, like it's not as old. It hasn't been there as much, so it's not as cracked in this one area.
I look back at Dirge.
Yeah, I mean, you're in the right spot, but well, when they say, when you want something done well, do it yourself. Hold on, I will be over there in a minute and leave Cessair's poor body defenseless here alone in this alcove. Although we've already killed the Guardian in this place, so there's that.
Yeah, if he's in total danger, I'll get over there and help out. But for now, we need to find a way past this that apparently you can see, but I can't.
See, that's igneous rock, and that is sedimentary rock. They're obviously quarried from different places, different types of stone.
Right.
I'm going to try to shimmy over there, and
Yeah, it's going to take you a little while. You shimmy. Are you being quiet? Are you being stealthy, or you're just kind of like shimmying your way?
Well, I mean, I have to go slowly anyway to make sure I don't, fall into the center of all this. So why not be quiet as well?
Sure. Roll me a stealth check as you're doing that. Eva, your companion's at the top. Since you're kind of in between everybody, you can kind of see what's going on a little bit. You can't see a ton over the ledge, but every once in a while you see like a little bit of movement. You can see a little bit of movement up at the top, but you can definitely see Sardar now, who is up against the wall on the opposite end of where the door is. So like kind of in between you and that door that you came through, and on that wall. And looks like he's like feeling the wall and like quietly trying to talk back, but you can kind of hear like words being said. Maybe not exactly what those words are. Whereas Dirge is like shimmying his way towards the wall. And you can see just a little bit of his head peeking through every once in a while from the angle that you're at. What's your plan? Are you gonna kind of stay in that spot? Cessair has is now just kind of staying in one spot, and you just see the bird kind of darting the eyes back and forth and kind of hovering, and every once in a while, like flickering the wings to get the air to come back up to glide.
I think Eva will make her way down to Cesare, seeing like, okay, Sidar and Dirge seem to have their thing going on. I'll go down here and see what's going on with this like gliding and see if I can pick up from body language.
Yeah, body language. Let's see the
birdie language.
The birdie language.
Birdie
Birdie language. What do you say to each other with birdie language?
At Cesare. No, sorry.
I can't talk through this form, so good luck.
You can't talk, but you could move your wings, point your wings.
I'm gonna point with a wing very carefully so I don't fall and die. I'm gonna point out where the thing is moving, and where like a little light shows up and reveals the form. I'm gonna point that mushroom out.
We've established with Art that you have very expressive eyebrows, or that your bird has very expressive eyebrows. So you can just do.
Eva, roll me a perception check with advantage. As
Going for the pin.
Cesare is pointing out the shadows. The shadows.
There you go.
Thank goodness it was with advantage.
That is with 1,000 words.
14.
All right, 14. We need some bardic inspiration in here, y'all. You could donate to give some. Yeah, you make your way down there, and you see Cesare kind of pointing at the mushrooms, then pointing at the wall, and you're like looking, and you do see a little glimpse of what Cesare is seeing, but it slowly dissipates as it turns the corner just at the edge, and now you can no longer see what's there unless you go to follow, which you'll have to leave Cesare behind if you want to.
Okay, I think Eva now, with her mind fixated on the mushroom, the glowy, mushroomy thing, is probably going to follow then.
Okay. Are you being stealthy, or are you just following quickly?
She probably isn't thinking too much. Probably just going quick.
All right. You make your way quickly through the corridor, following the shadows, and you make your way to the end of what looks like a little alcove. It goes probably, you make your way 40 feet down to the end of the tunnel, and then to the left you take a corner, and it does look like it goes, it kind of wishbones out, up and to the left, and then also to the right, down. It looks like the creature is going down to the right, and you follow it. Probably about 30 more feet. And then you make your way into what looks like a little alcove where you see this mushroom is huge. It is a big, and it looks kind of like a shadowy blob, like you can almost see through it, and it almost blends in with its surrounding, but because the little tiny mushrooms that are glowing and pulsating, it's giving it enough light, you can see what this looks like as it's kind of situating itself. It pushes the stem of its body into the ground. You can hear the digging slightly as it looks like it's kind of nestling itself into the ground.
Eva will pause and just try and kind of observe, turning around to see whether Cesare has possibly followed or...
You don't hear Cesare. You turn around, you look, Cesare is not there. And we're going to go to Dirge. You make your way as Eva makes their way to the end of this cavern hole in this one area, and you make your way over to the wall. It is pretty close. You and Starter are like up against this wall. There's only space for you to like really stand on the ledge or fall down. I'm assuming you're being as careful as you possibly can, trying to stealth. I think you rolled a 7 for your stealth.
No, that was my finger hit something. My
okay.
actual stealth check from before was a 21.
Okay, yeah, perfect. You quietly make it over there, so much that probably Sardar is still trying to feel the wall and is like, oh, didn't realize you're there. But you're not gonna have to make a check. You're fine, Sardar. You were expecting Dirge, just not that quickly. And you quickly make it over there quietly to the wall without disrupting anything else.
All right, well, Sardar, now observe a master at work.
After you.
I'm gonna delicately, try to find the sort of seam between the transition in materials on here.
Yeah.
Sardar leans in, just like looking, like squinting, like me when I don't have my contacts in. I'm just
Now that you're against the wall, Dirge, make me I guess this would be investigation or perception. I would allow either at advantage.
Well, I am about the same at both, and I feel like this is more of
It's
an
more of like
investigation
how
check.
you'll figure it out is
Yeah. I will use my considerable intellect in this
okay.
case, not my incredibly keen senses.
Okay. So we're going with investigation then. I always like to give multiple options because I feel like sometimes, you can do things.
Yeah,
in
there's definitely
multiple
more than one
ways.
approach.
Yeah.
Well, that's a 14 for me.
Not bad. With a 14, you kind of move your hand along the ledge of this stone, and you had already seen that the stone was a little bit odd in one place anyway. And you find the ledge, and you slowly kind of peel it back until you get all of the little bits of the stone around, and it's kind of not a perfect shape of a size of a door, but you make your hand and hold it up against it. And you're able to pull it. It pulls towards you, and so you're gonna need to kind of shimmy your way to the side at the same time as you pull
sidestep.
down. But what you realize is that it also comes down on the other side. This is a bridge. It goes all the way up and comes down.
Does it lead somewhere new, or does it merely connect?
You can't quite pull it all down. You're gonna need some little flex, a little, arm strength to kind of pull it down. Or, you could use a spell or something. I don't know.
I mean, I can wait for my companions to come back, and, teamwork makes the dream work, I guess.
Sardar might be able to help you pull it.
Oh, yeah, he's
Need a little strength.
He's rather strong, isn't he?
Yeah. Show them guns. All right, Sardar, you're gonna try to pull this down now that you see what's happening, Sardar. You can see that, it's a bridge that comes down from the ceiling that goes down. It's crazy.
Shall we try to, wedge this out?
Yeah, we're not doing anything else.
Give me an
Alright,
athletics check, Sardar.
Cool.
And you can have
drumsticks go in the
advantage
belt.
because Dirge is helping you.
All right, great. Okay, 19 and 22.
So it's a 22 plus your athletics, which is a 7, or is it just 22 with your...
22 with 7.
Okay, all right. Okay. Well, duh, you can't roll a 22. I'm an idiot.
I mean, I could, but I'm not telling you how.
I'm losing my mind, man. 22. Yeah, you pull down the side, and you actually, your arm is long enough where you can almost pull the other side. You help Dirge, and Dirge is assisting you with this. And actually, Dirge is pulling their weight in this situation. The two of you pull down the top of this. Eva's not there anymore. Cessair, a shadow comes over the top of you, where this light beam was coming down into this pool of darkness down below that you can tell is black, like some sort of weird black goop or something, is now slowly becoming darker, and it is getting darker in this cavern that you're in.
Okay. All right, this is gonna take some planning. As loudly as I can, Sarah's familiar is gonna go, ah!
Okay.
To get Ava's attention.
Yeah, you screech as loudly as you can. Eva, you're down into this corridor and in this cavern, and you hear, but roll me initiative, Eva.
Oh
You're welcome.
As who else hears this loud cacawing? Actually, you're all probably gonna have to roll me initiative because it's gonna make more sense that way. What we got?
no! 19 for Eva.
19 for Eva. What we got for Sardar?
19 as well.
19. Dang, you guys. Cesar.
I got a 19.
What? Dirge. Don't troll
18.
me. Okay, 18. That's still pretty amazing. Y'all. All right. It is your turn first, Cesar, as you caw loudly into the darkness. What's your plan of action after you do that? Are you just waiting to see if Eva comes back?
Do I see her at all right now?
No, you do not. You saw her go to the left, but you haven't seen her return.
My raven's gonna try and fly up.
Okay.
And try and
How
see
far?
what.
How fly does your bird fly? How far does your bird fly?
He flies
fly.
pretty fly. Gonna find you. I believe Ravens goes 60 feet, but let me just double check that real quick to make sure that I'm not just lying.
Somewhere
50 feet.
50. Okay.
50 feet. It's gonna fly 50 feet up. What do my raven eyes see?
You see, as you go through the opening of the hole and you look up, you can see that, just fly 50 feet. You can see there's what looks like a bridge, like a brick bridge from the wall on the opposite side of the door to almost to the opening of the door. It's like covering this big hole that you're in. But you can fly through the sides of it. It's just like a little walkway from the door, or from the door, which is on that side, to where the opposite end it was. Perhaps your
Gotcha.
companions have found something.
Yes, I
A
thought
bridge
they may
would have been
found
helpful
something.
earlier.
Do I see myself?
If you, it's 90 feet down. So if you were 10 in, and then you go, you can't quite see yourself. Maybe just a little bit of yourself over the ledge.
Is that enough to try and get my body to jump over onto the bridge?
Without being in it?
Because like I can move my body, I just can't see what I'm doing.
How does this work when, because you have your move action, does your move action of your creature also take your move action on your turn?
I don't.
If you're inside
I
of
think
it?
it's up for you to rule.
But I think if you're using your turn to be in its eye, like in its sight, that's your turn, right?
Okay.
That's how I would assume it would work.
Then
It might require that level of presence.
because you have to be like taking your turn to be like the mind
Be the
inside your
bird.
bird's mind. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Does that make sense?
It does.
Yeah.
It does.
Okay.
Let's see here.
But I do love the idea of you trying to just jump off. It's pretty far. It's like in the middle, so I don't think you'd want to jump from where you are at the ledge to that. I mean, unless you have amazing jump skills, maybe.
I
I mean,
We've
you are,
established
you are
that.
a satyr,
Yeah,
satyr, so I don't know.
Yeah.
We established that I have I got mad hops.
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
Till he jumps into the giant hole,
Uh-oh.
into the weird black goop.
I got mad hops. Ragdolls down into nothing.
Yeah.
I'm going to take my eyes out of my familiar.
Okay. Does that take a bonus action? Or an
Doesn't
action?
say. Let's see here. It says like, dang it. I can see through my familiar's eyes and hear what it hears until the start of my next turn. I've just been renewing it every time.
I was
so I
assuming
guess-
you were renewing it.
Yeah, I'm just not going to renew it and say out loud, I can't see Ava down there.
Well,
I did see the mushroom monster.
You did renew it because you moved with it.
Yeah, so I can't dismiss it during my turn right now.
Yeah, you can't. You can only be in it. You're just shouting right now, is what you're saying.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what I'm just. I can't say Ava down there. She went around a corner. How are things looking up here?
Well, I mean, I would assume that if this bridge connects over this pit of death from the door, that it would lead to something.
Yes.
So I'm going to keep looking at the place where the bridge came down
Which you
to see
will
where it
do
leads.
on your turn for sure. But Cessair does say what Cessair says on their turn. Eva, it is your turn.
All right, as a little blue jay self, Eva's going to use Noisy Tune before flying the heck back through the tunnels.
Ooh, what does Noisy Tune do? Tell us. And what does it look like to the world?
Ooh, okay, so Noisy Tune, once per turn, the blue jay can use an action to have a creature within 15-foot radius make a DC 15 wisdom saving throw or become distracted until their next turn.
Okay, it's a distraction.
Yeah, so they'll get lose concentration on their spells and have disadvantage on attack rolls. Yeah.
Ooh.
Bring the noise.
21.
Yeah, that passes. But then I
Finally,
will.
you guys I feel like every debuff you guys get on me. This is like the first one I passed.
It's because it comes from me.
That's true. You have been debuffing me the most. Although I think Eva has done some as well. It's been an interesting ride for me. They've been rolling very well. What does it sound like when you do this? But it doesn't affect the creature. Yeah, you're just whistling and trying to
It's kind of like a look over here,
yeah.
look over here. Wow!
And you know, if this was a creature that maybe didn't live in a cave and hear echoes all the time, it probably might not be able to discern where the sound's coming from. In fact, all of you hear some kind of whistling occurring down in the depths of this hole as it like a wind kind of comes up below you, Cessair, from the tunnel. And what would you like to do for your move action?
Yeah, she's gonna go yeet tweet like fleet out of here with the 50 feet that she has as opposed to her 30 with her flying at the moment.
Yes.
So, yeah, she's gonna be like
yeet fleet out towards the entrance. You make it the 30 in and then 20 back. So you're still in that corridor, that first hallway with the mushrooms, and you can see the black goopy stuff, water looking things in the hole. But the hole at the top, you can't see where it's at now. It's like dark. You can barely see any light coming through it. And then
Eva's heart starts to race.
going to be
Not
Sardar's
being
turn.
able to see the sky.
So am I still on the side of the bridge where it kind of, where it was in the wall?
You and Dirge are both on each on one side of this bridge now that has formed. There is a brick bridge now in the middle of this giant hole or giant bowl in the middle of the room. And you can see before you a staircase that goes upwards.
Okay. Upwards towards the bridge.
No. So there's the bridge,
Sorry.
the giant bowl, and now there's a staircase where that wall, that opening was, is a
Gotcha.
staircase that goes up.
Okay, cool. Sardar is going to sort of like peek around the corner and just like look directly up the staircases for any like sources of light or anything, or any movement that I can see from where I am.
You don't see movement, you don't see light, but you see sconces on the wall. And actually, this staircase looks much fancier than anything else that you've seen so far in this corridor. The flooring, the walls are this brick, but it's that fancier, nicer, newer looking brick along the walls. The sconces are this gorgeous, like gold with a light glimmering pink light. And, well, it would be, but you can't really, you have to turn it on. But you can see that it's like a pink filter to it along the sides, but it's just not turned on.
Right.
And then the staircase itself is made out of this like nice marble.
Okay. Great. So, all right, I'm going to 60 feet. About how far is Dirge away from me?
5 foot. Like
Okay, great.
10 foot maybe, because like if there's 5 foot between you two, unless you're both next to each other, I don't know how you want to be.
Great. I'm gonna just like try to extend a hand and say, all right, you did good work there. Whatever lies beyond this, we can do this. As I cast motivational speech.
Well, I feel very inspired. Inspired to tell you to go get Cesaire's body. We're leaving.
Okay, but yeah, that's further than my 30 feet, right?
Yes, it's further, but you can make your way that way.
Okay, cool. I'll do that. But you have the
But you can
temporary
do
hit points
you can
as
do a
well.
dash because you didn't take an action, so you could dash there.
Yeah.
You're not gonna quite make it to him exactly, but you'll make it past the first alcove, almost to him.
Yeah, I'll do that too.
How many
Goes-
temporary hit points do I get?
You
5.
60 feet. Ooh.
Nice.
Yep,
60
so you
feet?
get those, and I'm dashing over to Cesaire.
Is that a bonus action to give Alcuin?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, perfect. Yeah, so you can dash and then a bonus
I
action.
believe so, yeah. Yeah.
And then
Do that, and then I go.
it is going to be Dirge's turn.
All right. Well, now I know that things are ably handled. I think for my action, I'm going to use the message cantrip again and reach out to Ser and tell them in their bird brain that we found a suitable egress, and certainly much nicer than that area that you two have been poking about. So give Eva a chirp, and let's get on with it. And then I'm gonna head into the opening carefully, trying to be moving a kind of wary way in case there are any like traps
are you
or
like
any of that kind of stuff.
investigating kind of as you walk?
I mean, my action was the cantrip, so I don't know how much more I can do, but I'm gonna use probably like half of my movement, like maybe 15 feet of it,
Okay.
to just kind of proceed gingerly into the
You proceed
into the corridor.
gingerly up the staircase as you do cast your cantrip, and then it is going to be my turn. The camera pans as you all see, the viewers all see, none of you see this. This giant mushroom forms into a bunch of tiny spores, swirls around, and moves through the cavern, almost taking the whole capacity of it, tunneling through towards Eva very quickly, much faster than you would ever think it could move. And it spawns right next to you, Eva, behind you. This ominous, dark, large, shadowy mushroom as it towers over your tiny bird form. And then it is going to try to grab you. Let's see. What do you get a thing for this? Okay, never mind. It's immune to that. It is going to. Perfect. You're going to roll me a wisdom save.
Oh, okay. And I go by my birdie wisdom, I believe, on this.
Yep.
Yep. Okay. Just gonna roll, playing d20, roll. And then that is plus nothing.
But burb is tasty. Tasty burb. Oh, what is it?
11. Playing 11.
This mushroom envelops you and holds onto you with what feels like kind of almost rubbery tendrils that spout from the sides of its top, and grabs onto you and swirls around you as you are now paralyzed for 1 minute.
Ooh, it's a hentai. Get out of there.
At the end of each turn, you can make another wisdom save though, and on a successful, you can get out of it.
I definitely am doing the bird blep now.
And here we go, back up to the top. We have Cicere.
So I'm no longer looking through my bird's eyes.
Mm-mm.
I want to say started right in front of me, I guess.
Yes.
How far was it again from the top, from the hole down there to the bottom below it?
90 feet.
90 feet? Okay, so I'm not a fan of 8d6 damage. And I
You
don't
sure?
have
Hard pass.
hard pass. I don't have Featherfall.
Too bad.
Yeah, kinda.
Featherfall's amazing. Let's be real.
Really is. I took other things like Cure Wounds.
I mean, levitate is better, but you know, that's just splitting hairs.
Levitate is pretty handy too.
Dirge said they found a better way over the dark pit, right? Over the dark area.
Yeah, there's a bridge over the big hole. But you are about 30 feet from that, so you'd have to jump like 30 feet to get onto the bridge, or you could just make your way around.
Oh no, direct line.
All right.
With your exceptional jumping ability. That
Yeah.
is,
Don't
that is
fall.
canon.
It is canon, yes. My legs are cannons.
Just don't fall into
Every day
the
is
hole.
leg day.
Oh, yo, bro, you want to get swole? Doesn't matter. Just be a satyr. It's fun.
Did you roll poorly?
I always wear hairy pants.
I got 30.
That's not bad.
Jesus.
That's all right.
It's cannon. Those leg cannons.
Yeah. You tell us how you jump over there to the thing, to their side, to the.
Do
to
a
the
barrel
stone.
roll.
I'm gonna just like jump once, get to the near edge of the ledge. Then as I land that first jump, crouch a little bit, and then really springboard off to get to the bridge.
Right. You make your way. You land perfectly. It is beautiful. Anybody who's watching, which is not very many people, but your bird is seeing it. Can you roll me a perception check with your bird? And I think you get a +3 to this on a roll 20, on a d20.
Sure. My bird got a 15.
Okay.
You haven't even named your bird. That shows how much you care about it.
Your
It's a bird.
Bourbon.
kind of is like.
I gave Jeeves a
And
name.
it's like it's motioning and fluttering, and it's kind of like pointing down into the hole.
If I ask a question, can I get a response in my same turn?
Yeah, it's a free action to talk.
Is it safe to go down there? To go just straight down?
It is shaking its head in kind of a strange bird way and fluttering.
Wait,
I don't
hold
speak bird, but that sounds like a no.
on. Wait, hold on. Can I just hold on? I need to look at. I'm never okay. Let's see here.
I'm assuming
I
you're
can
like
communicate with
danger. Like you've trained it to know certain words.
I
but-
can communicate with it telepathically.
Ooh, telepathically. Like, does it speak words?
Thoughts, impressions, abstract concepts communicated with incredible nuance.
It just says I can communicate with it telepathically.
Mathematics.
Oh my gosh, I love
So just screaming in my head, what do you want?
it. It that's too funny.
There's something down there. Your friend. Need help.
It has a. It's dumb. It's got a 2 in, so it can't talk in like full perfect sentences.
This is why you don't get a name.
But everyone else sees it fluttering and making weird noises and shaking his head.
It's fun.
And you call me the cruel, sarcastic one.
This is a tiny bird, just living his little bird life, trying to help his friend.
Is there anything for me to land on down there? Anything at all?
I think
That
that's
would
gonna
be
be more
safe.
than you. It shakes its head and is like,
No.
Oh God, I'm tempted to jump down. It's only 8d6. Oh, wait, hold on. Was there anything else down that could hurt me?
Yeah. Yes. Big.
Aside from the
Dark.
thing that has, aside from the thing that has Ava.
Big. Dark.
Was there only one big thing?
Big. Dark.
and it's just freaking out, and it's like, and like everyone else is just hearing the bird just flipping out.
What did you
Eva,
see?
Eva, it's your turn.
You just see Sarah just angrily staring at this bird.
He's just like, he's landed this amazing jump and just like staring at the bird, and the bird's just like, it's in his
Wait,
mind.
it would have to know more than one as a concept. It's
Did you leave Ava down there? Is that what you did? You're horrible.
I couldn't go as far because of the spell.
It said one, it said big, it said dark. Big, dark, big.
All right, fine. Hey, I'm gonna say to Judge, hey Judge, have you ever heard a satyr yell in pain before?
I don't think you can say anything else because you've said a lot of words to this bird.
I don't want a response from Dirge. I'm gonna drop down.
You've used all your movement though, right?
I have
Falling is a free action.
I have
I was about to say.
35 movement speed.
So you're gonna just step off the ledge?
Yes.
Okay. All right. You step off the ledge. You're just gonna fall into this hole?
Yup. I gotta get to Ava.
All right. From the top of this ledge down into the hole you fall. Eva, raven creature, the raven's flipping out. It's freaking out right now. It's like,
No. Bad. No.
you're falling down into this hole. It's following you down. Eva, you see your friend, this giant satyr coming down, and Cesare, when you get to the bottom of it, it is not what you initially think, where it's going to harm you with utter pain, or that you have to land on something, or that you think maybe is water. You are enveloped by some kind of weird goop that grabs you, and you are now
That's worse.
kind of in this thing. You need to roll me a, let's see, it's gonna be a dexterity save, I think, to kind of try to get out, like wiggle your way free.
I got a 17.
You barely are able to wiggle yourself free, but you're not able to move on this action, but you're not stuck into this, but you are going to take some damage.
Honestly, anything less than 8d6, I'm cool with, honestly. This is already going better than what I thought it would end up as.
Oh, I rolled fairly well.
Fall 90 feet, crumple into the earth.
60 damage. You don't take damage from hitting like the ground, but you take damage from getting into this goop, and it grabs at you, and even though you're like moving and spinning around, you're able to kind of not let it get its what feels like suctiony mouths on you.
Gotcha.
It feels like a lot of little mouths suctioning onto you. But you're
Right.
like,
Real quick follow-up. I was technically, would I have been technically in range of Sada's speech for temporary hit points?
wait, what?
when Sarah cast that spell to give like temporary hit points, what both me, my body, and my raven were in range.
What's your range
like,
on that?
Of 60. 60.
Yes.
Cool. How
Barely.
many hit points did you give?
5.
Cool.
Is that
Cool,
what
cool,
barely
cool.
is keeping you alive right now?
I'll have you know, before the temp HP, I was at 3.
Okay. Good to know.
Ooh, good. Motivation.
But
We're gonna get
you were
through
harmed
this.
at the beginning of this, before we started the episode, right?
Yes,
You weren't-
which
you
is why
weren't
I'm glad
fully
we
healed.
did a
Yeah.
short rest.
You guys
Yes.
didn't fully heal during the short rest. All right. Now it is your turn, Eva. Sorry.
No worries, no worries. Yeah, I guess I'll do my wisdom saving throw again. Roll it.
And Cesare, you can see your friend being enveloped by this mushroom.
Gotcha.
That makes it that's still only a 12.
12. You are still paralyzed. And you feel like this squidgy, like rubbery grasp around you. If you're into that, maybe you like it. I don't know.
Eva's just kind of being like, oh God, I can't see the surface. I'm getting squished by a mushroom. This is my literal worst nightmare right now. The darkness is taking me in. Call out Dad.
Inside your brain, that's what's happening. Outside, nothing. Because you can't move, you're paralyzed.
Catatonic eyes.
Sardar. I love this inner monologue. It's so good.
Yeah, I want a transcript of that.
Sardar, as Cesare leg cannons off the ledge, lands on top of the bridge perfectly, and then just steps off into the hole. What do you
No!
like to do?
First I'm
The
like,
little
no,
bird's freaking
no.
out, and then it dives in after him. That's what you saw. And
He stresses out the
Dirge
bird.
is going up the stairway.
Well, I'm waiting. I'm a good 15 feet inside the portico.
True, but you
Just-
are up the stairway. I'm not lying.
That's true. Yeah. I mean, you made it sound like I was leaving all of my friends, which
I mean,
I may be, but
okay.
the coin is currently on its edge at this point. It could go either way.
And that's 90 feet down, right?
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
they might be all sacrificing themselves so that I can go learn Melody's
It's 90 feet
secrets.
straight down because Sardar jumped straight to the middle with that amazing jump. I'm gonna say that he just made it straight to the middle.
I don't have enough like rope to try to fish anybody out at the moment. So what I can do is I'm going to move, towards Dirge.
If Dirge has rope, you guys could tie your ropes together.
Yeah, Dirge, do you want to fish these people out? I'm not quite sure what's going on here. Or should we go in?
Dirge is like, let me look at this.
Why would I
spell
bring
book."
rope? Do I look like some simpleton? I mean,
Am I
I've
a
got
simpleton?
plenty of important things in my bag, like this playing card set, or these 10 sheets of parchment, or this little bag of sand, to help soak up the ink. No, I don't have a rope.
Okay, all right, okay, great. We need to get them out.
Well, listen, how about I can...
I need to pee. You guys RP this for a moment. I'm gonna go really
Okay,
fast.
so now, here's the thing. I have the perfect rope delivery method in the form of this small floating spectral skeletal hand, but that doesn't solve our larger problem, which is that the distance between us and them is too great and we don't have enough rope to do it. All right, so let's think about this in a methodical way.
Methodical, yes. Logical, even, yes.
I think we should just leave them to die, honestly. I mean,
This is
I
your
might-
first,
well, I mean, if I try to think about it too much, I might get a headache.
and we don't want you to have a headache, do we?
All right, so let's reduce this down to its most difficult components.
Okay.
Ava, in bird form, is being slowly digested, I assume, by something dangerous down there. So that's the first priority, I guess, is to save her from whatever's happening there. So Sarah seems to kind of have things in hand.
Okay.
So perhaps they'd be a useful asset for us in going to do that. But
yeah.
it would be more expedient for us to simply rescue Eva and not have to fight this large, horrible, sticky thing.
Are you talking to Eva?
talking to me.
Okay.
I think this is just like just this kind of moment between Sardar and Dirge. Like,
do we need them? No, I'm just kidding.
We need them.
Well, it's been established. I think Sardar's feelings would be terribly hurt, and he'd be quite lonely if we didn't keep the band together.
We need the band.
So I guess we'll save them at great personal, cost to ourselves, but
All right,
we'll
Sardar.
perpetually remind them of this fact.
As you have this conversation with Dirge and you decide if you're going after them or not, you decide that you are. What is your plan?
Yes. So I'm going to. Am I able to kind of jump off? I mean, the bridge area and just kind of get closer to that open.
You could walk
space.
to you're on the bridge, you're right in front of the bridge. You could just walk on the bridge.
Yeah,
Okay,
but the
cool.
bridge is like 90 feet above that opening, though,
Yeah,
right?
the bridge is you can get to the hole and it's 90 feet down.
Which is what, 40 foot longer than the rope we have? Is that the mathematics of this problem?
Yeah, exactly.
I feel
need
like
a
they
longer
both could
rope.
fly. They deserve this. If
I
they
would
can't.
think that all of y'all would have rope, but apparently not.
Oh, no. As I explained before, it takes up room for valuable clerical supplies.
You need rope trick or something.
I want to be not
That
on the
spell
bridge.
is so OP.
Yeah.
I want to get off the bridge. I want to be on the edge of this rim. You want to
get hang on it?
Right on the edge, and then extending the rope over the edge, not from the bridge, but literally from the edge of it.
Oh, from the edge it'd probably be further.
I mean, I could spot you, I guess, and I'll tell you what a wonderful person I think you are. But I mean, it's in a very insincere tone, but I feel like if you heard it, you would still get bardic inspiration from it.
If you're going to
I
put
get
the
it.
rope down from that edge, it's not whether you're on the edge or on the bridge. The bridge
It's
is actually
neither.
going to be more ideal for you than the side, because the side. Think
Yeah.
about it like a bowl. The bowl
Yeah.
is wider, whereas the bridge is straight. Does that make
The
sense?
closest we can get to it is right above the hole, basically on
Yeah.
the center of the bridge.
Yeah. I can't get in there. Yeah, got you. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
let's
know.
leave it.
Angles, math, it's getting crazy here, you guys.
I like that you thought about it.
Yeah.
I like he's I'm just gonna hold on and go and go.
No, we've
step
already
by step.
established that you would be sad, and I can't let my good friend be sad. So
I would
I'm
be
going
sad.
to, I guess, hold your ankles. I mean, I know you're not extending your full body off of the bridge, but just in case there's a sudden change in weight or whatever happens at the end of that rope. But I mean, it's the
Okay.
least we can do. We'll meet them more than halfway, right? I mean,
it's more
50
than
feet
halfway.
is more than half of 90, so the rest of it is up to them. And if they're destined to survive, then they'll figure out how to solve the other 40 feet of the problem. Although that being said, I feel like because we've done more than half the work here, we shouldn't feel guilty, if they were to meet an ignoble end.
Sardar,
Just don't let me go. I'm not going swimming like Cessair.
You're gonna wait
And-
You're gonna wait till Dirge makes it to the bridge, and then you're gonna walk to the bridge and kind of hang off of it.
Yes.
Okay. So
Yeah, I think once I get there, I'll basically kind of
we'll push
awkwardly
your,
sort of hold his
turn.
ankles.
we'll push your turn till after Dirge in this sense, and Dirge, you can go first, and then Sardar will take their turn, or his turn. So Dirge, what's your plan?
I can make it to the center of the bridge with my move.
Okay.
Yeah, and then once I get there, I mean, I feel like this whole conversation just happened while I'm sort of
Standing.
moving
there.
down the bridge out of the opening where the staircase was.
Yeah.
And then I get there and I give my little pep talk, so he gets bardic inspiration.
All right, bardic
I'm trying to think
inspiration.
if there's another spell I could use to just beef this up a bit.
This is gonna be hilarious.
I feel like this creature's too far away from me for me to do anything. I'd have to focus my attention on.
When you get to the end, you can see down. You see Cessair in the bottom of this hole, kind of flailing a bit, and the bird is around his head. You know, like in a cartoon when a bird's going doo 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 around your head. That's what's happening right now, except for it's freaking out at Cessair and being like,
I said no, bad, dark, no.
Yeah,
kind
I
of
think
smack talking Cessair, but all you hear is like in the darkness.
I think all that Dirge has is basically just trying to support Sardar.
Okay, Sardar,
what I
you
can do.
make your way to the bridge. I'm assuming like you guys are kind of like walking together, right? In my canon of this, the two of you are walking together. You get to the end.
I saw more of a hurried
gives you a
scramble,
pep
but you're the
talk,
director, so.
A light jog.
Yeah, Dirge gives you a pep talk, and then Sardar, you go to the ledge. You're gonna try to hold on to it, or hold on to
just in
Dirge, and then you're gonna hold onto the rope. Or is,
Yeah, I mean,
is Dirge holding onto your legs?
Well, I think that, Sardar, you get quite low, and extend yourself, maybe not your center of gravity off of the edge of the bridge, but, I feel like you're almost going to kind of like a kneeling position, I would assume.
Half off, okay.
Yeah.
And then I'm, I've got my hands on your ankles,
Okay,
just pressing down.
Give me an athletics check to see how
counterweight.
well you're holding on. And then Sardar, we'll see what happens with you. Right now, you can hold on to that, no problem. You're pretty strong. You're
That's
on
a
the
15.
ledge.
That's quite
15?
respectable.
You can feel Dirge holding onto the back of your legs, giving you some support. It seems legit. It's fine. Cesare, up above you, you see a rope dangling so far away from you, like 50 feet away from you.
40, right?
40. How much rope do you have? 50 feet?
What?
It's just 50.
Okay, 40 feet away from you, you can see a rope dangling above this hole. And
how far are they from Ava?
They are about 30 feet from Ava. It's now fungal time.
What if it wasn't?
But it
You can't stop the funk.
I have her held. And I see something flailing in the water.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
Please don't.
It looks interesting. How far? I have to be 5 feet away from you, so I can't do that. But can do. Why is this like this? All right. It points its other tentacly arm towards you, Cesare. And a rumble happens in the cavern, and you guys can hear this rumble from coming out from the hole, and it is going to try to I can't do this on you. I think you saved before from the dreadful glare, right?
I did.
You did, so I can't actually do that to you. So instead,
You were vaccinated against dreadful glare.
yeah, you were vaccinated against it. Instead, it is going to, from on the top of its little head, little mushroom head, little flies come flying off, and you hear bzzz, and you hear this buzzing. Actually, it's more like an echo. Bzzz, bzzz, throughout the cavern, and these little insects come swarming around you and around this goop in the ground. And let's see. You need to make me a Constitution saving throw.
Okay, let's go. I can do this. I can do this. I got an 18.
Hearty.
You save, and you take half on a save.
Uh-oh.
7 damage.
Oh.
Are you barely alive or are you dead? A creature must also make this saving throw when it enters the spell's area. So if anyone comes into this area, they will also. You have 1 HP?
I have one hit
That's
point.
the only one that matters.
Dude, that temporary HP. I got you, son.
Like gender, it is a
Got
binary.
you.
You either have 1 hit
Wow.
point or none.
I have 1 hit point.
He feels
That was pretty
motivated. Motivated.
Oh my gosh.
That's right. Yeah, those temporary hit points kept you conscious, basically.
Literally.
Wow. 1 HP. The survivor. All right. That's my turn because that takes a full action.
Don't sound too
I have
disappointed,
a bonus
Margaret.
action. Can I do anything? Hey, look, man, I'm usually on the other side of this. I can't cast another spell as a bonus action, but...
I appreciate you externalizing your process as you look at the
Yeah.
abilities of the monsters.
I'm just like, what did I give this?
What can I pick from this
can I
menu?
do? Yeah, so I think that's gonna be, it's just, because it wants to keep its concentration on Eva as well, so I think it's just gonna keep that held. Mr. Sayre, it is your turn. As you are free to move, you're not stuck there, but there are weird bugs flying around you that are bzzz, making this horrible noise. Your bird is above you, like freaking the hell out, and it's yelling at you, being like, bad.
Cure wounds. 5th level spell slot.
All right.
Okay. Gee. Okay. I can work with this. All right. I am at 41 hit points now.
Do you ever heal anyone besides yourself? You're so selfish.
I saw it out 5 minutes ago. Eat my
Thank
hoof.
you.
Can I see any visible damage on Ava right now?
Eva, what's your HP at? Or
What
is it
digested
I
are your
believe I'm
feathers?
still
It's
fully
41 out of 60. She doesn't look that harmed. It looks like maybe some of her feathers are plucked away, but
It's a bit molty.
yeah, it's a little and clearly Eva's not moving. So to you, she could potentially look like she's dead, like she's not breathing, because she's not
She's
not
She
moving.
feels dead.
Yeah.
I mean, with demon women, it's hard to tell. Yeah.
How far away am I from this big fungal thing that's holding Ava?
30 feet.
30 feet, you say?
But there is about, because you dropped right in the middle of that pool, there is about 10 feet of that pool, which is rough terrain, and it will be double move for in those spaces.
I want to jump out.
Oh, okay. Just Kool-Aid man out of this shit.
Oh yeah.
Actually, I don't know if I know how to say the word shit. Sorry.
To just jump out, I'm just gonna jump out because I get like +1 DA. I'm just gonna jump out with my movement. And then is this an actual swarm creature by itself?
Yes.
Okay.
The little bees or flies, plague fly thingies.
Yeah. Cool.
Yes. It's a swarm of plague-looking buggies. They do not. You do not want to touch them. They're not nice.
Would it have an intelligence score of at least 3? Would you say?
Probably less.
Please say like 5 or something. 5 would be perfect.
Find something where I'm unsure of its level of collective intelligence, and then try to play mind games on it.
Please.
I'm guessing he's gonna try to charm it or something to be on his side.
You really do think that all square pegs belong in round holes, do you not?
I believe anything can become a peg with a bandsaw.
What's a bandsaw?
It's where we all get one large 20-foot long saw.
Oh, that's the
And we're a
the
band. Yeah, we're the band.
That's not clever. It's not. But I mean, points for trying.
They have like a 2-int.
A 2 intelligence. Okay.
Does that make it easier or harder?
Yeah.
Yeah. Noted then. In the meantime, then I am going to use
Yeah,
my
they're like tiny insects.
tiny insects drat. Okay. Then I'm going to use
The swarm of them are a bunch of little
Midges.
like yeah.
Gotcha.
They're very tiny. Like
I'm
you
going-
kill them as a group, not as like a singular.
Gotcha.
creature, right?
I'm gonna use unsettling words on the big fungal thing.
Okay.
Which means on its next turn, it is going to take a -10 penalty on its
Does
next
it get a save on this?
No,
And
it
for
does not.
Filth.
It just, I'm just gonna say something very, very creepy to it.
Undermine
what do you
its
say to
fungal
it?
self-confidence.
Huh?
-10 to its saving throws? Which type of saving
To
throws?
its next saving throw.
Oh, just to its next saving throw. Okay.
Yeah, no matter what the actual save is, its next saving throw it has a
That's
-10.
handy.
Oh, it's beautiful. I love this so
Yeah.
much.
It worked well in the other fight, so yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She
What do you
says,
say
not
to
at
it?
all frustrated with your debuffs.
No, I love it too. It's cool.
I'm just gonna.
I'm on both sides. I'm for you, and then also
It's
I'm
true,
against
yeah.
you.
Yeah. That's the
Looking at
DM
it,
life.
looking at it, I'm gonna say, I'm gonna drop. I'm gonna burn you.
It's very interested in you now. It's a pretty intelligent mushroom. It almost seems like it understands when you say these words to it, but it does not speak back to you. Oh, cool.
Make it throw up.
Eva, it is your turn.
Okay, let's go one more time, fam. Wisdom save throw. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah. 8.
No. Sorry, I'm so sorry, Eva.
No, it's so good.
What we'll give you a
Not like
moment
this.
to inner monologue because we love to hear the inner monologue of Eva as you see Sardar jump out of the hole. There's like weird bugs on top of him, the birds freaking out above him. He says these mean words to the plant. What is in your head as you're kind of like standing there in like this weird mushroom? You're in shiitake right now.
I wonder if they would make a good risotto.
My familiar right now.
I love it. It's so cute.
Wow.
Sardar.
Yeah, Eva's just thinking about mushroom risotto now. And she was like, it'd be nice if I could have that as my last meal right now.
Your green screen did something amazing in that
I
paladin.
saw
Right at the end. Okay, I'm glad somebody else saw that. Did you see that, chat? That was some very hi-fi video effects.
Oh,
that was the emotional capacity of my bird.
the moody bird. Yes.
Sardar, what's up? You gonna keep dangling there, holding this?
No bite. There's no bites. There's no bites.
Maybe you
There's-
should have
We've got
something on
this.
the other end,
You've
like a hook
got this.
with some food at the bottom.
I don't have any food on me.
Although Sardar or Cessair probably could jump up there now that I'm thinking about it. Maybe.
Now wait a minute. Cesare's body is near here, right? And they always have food in a pocket or something.
I'm actively moving around.
You did see Sardar when you looked.
Okay,
you're
so not
looking
our
down
first
in the
choice
hole. You can see that Cessair jumped out of the hole, but you don't know where he is now.
I can't believe you didn't bring snacks. Again, I just thoughtless of you.
I'm sorry. Usually I have orange slices, but I left them in the room. And I'm just gonna keep it there, and I'm gonna yell out to Cessair, "Grab on, please! We're trying to get out of here."
Right. Dirge, your turn.
Oof.
You just
I mean,
holding
part
on.
of me is thinking if I let him go, then that way he can just fall towards. I mean, maybe he doesn't have the bravery to do it, and I'm just giving him a little push, to put him that much closer to the problem that needs to be solved.
Do you do it?
Yeah, I think I do.
You let go of him.
Well, I think I just kind of lift his ankles,
You
off
lift
the
his
bridge.
ankles. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna make you roll a check to lift his ankles.
I mean, he's already, dangerously
to
counterbalanced.
grab.
I'm just, this is
To
like,
grab
the
onto
mama
the
bird.
ledge, you're like yelling down. You're holding. You're not expecting this. Roll me in athletics at disadvantage. I would
It's just,
also allow
it's a-
acrobatics at disadvantage.
I think
I'll
when we
allow you
look
there.
back on this in retrospect, you'll see that it was the right decision
Oh, and that 20.
of getting you where you needed to be.
Down below, you hear some very intense bass. Up above, you're hearing some very intense Benny Hill.
Disadvantage is a 21.
Disadvantage 21. Your legs go off the ledge, but you are quick. You grab on. You do like the climber's grab, and you're just holding on to the end of the ledge.
Well, this is going to be awkward.
With one arm. You're still holding on to the rope with the other. And that's gonna be what happens. And I think that's where we end today's episode.
No!
A cliffhanger.
We have a cliffhanger. Sardar holding onto the ledge as he's been betrayed by Dirge, or I think so. Dirge.
We'll revisit that. I mean, it's a matter of perspective.
Cessair talking smack to the mushroom, or talking shiitake to the mushroom. There you go. And just getting held there for about 8 more rounds. And the bird just losing his mind, yelling, bad, bad, no. See, dark, big. And that is where our episode 4 ends today. Thank you all so much for tuning in, and of course to my amazing cast here. Before we let everyone say where you can find them at, I want to do some reminders for Gilding Light. If you don't know, definitely give us a follow here, twitch.tv/Gilding Light, right here, so that you don't miss out on any of the action. And of course, on Friday at 1 p.m. Pacific, we will have a new episode of A Song in the Heart, so definitely come tune into that. And of course, there's plenty of other content for you. And of course, we'll be back here. You want to know what happens next, don't you? Do they defeat the mushroom? Do they befriend it? Do they go up the stairs? Who knows? You shall find out. And of course, we have Sirens Battle of the Bards. It's less than $1,000 away from unlocking its next stretch goal. Be sure to back this project, and let's see what VIP guest writer gets revealed next. Upcoming writers include Critical Bard, Han Cholo, Amy Vorpal, Fenway Jones, and Mitch Iverson, writing custom side quests, NPCs, locations, and items. So you definitely want to see what those goodies are. And of course, you can back Sirens Battle of the Bards on a digital level and get the campaign and settings for your favorite virtual tabletops, including Shard, Fantasy Grounds, Roll20, and Foundry VTT. And you can get more information about all of those things at thebardbook.com. And with that, we're going to go around and let people say where you can find them at. And this time we're going to start with Eva, who is played by Madame Gandalf. Where can people find you at when you're not giving us your inner monologues and talking about sauteed mushrooms?
Hi, my name is Madame Gandalf, who is also dying on the inside, but I own a tavern here on Twitch called Madame Gandalf's Green Dragon Tavern. We do a little bit of gaming, a little bit of TTRPGs, cooking and singing, and a little bit of, breakdowns. So hey, come on by my Green Dragon Tavern and have a drink on me. It'll be good to see you all.
Fantastic. And of course, we have Dirge, played by Alcuin. Where can people find you at when you are not totally maybe convincing your other team members maybe we don't need them, or maybe you should go in that hole?
Hi, I'm Alcuin Gersh. You can find me on Twitter, Twitch, and Instagram as Different Elves. That's different_elves. You can see me on a lot of channels here on Twitch, like Q Times, or on this channel, where coming up later this year I'll be running the Red Opera with some of the A-list faces from Gilding Light, like Satine Phoenix and Jameson Stone, and the writer of the Red Opera, Rick Hines. Yeah, we'll make that happen. Just come by my Twitch or Twitter to see where I'll be playing next. I guest on a lot of shows as well, so they're not all dirges. Trust me, I play some nice people too.
I'll believe it when I see it. No, I'm just kidding. And of course, we have a paladin who plays a Cessair. When you are not jumping like a cannon, what are you doing?
Oh, writing too much. Hi, I'm Paladin. You can find me as HTTPaladin on Twitter. I've got so many books coming out. I had a whole thing planned in my head. I realized I have so many things coming out.
It's a good problem to have.
It's sort of, I guess. I got a Kickstarter happening next month for a book of spells. My interview book, Polyhedral, where I talked to a bunch of different TTRPG game devs, comes out in a few months. And The Islands of Sina Una, a pre-colonial mythology and culture book for 5e D&D, comes out soon, depending on printers. Oh God, that's just the tip of the iceberg. I've got so much going on right now.
That's good. Give Paladin some love. Definitely go follow and support all of the amazing goodies that you have coming out. All right. And of course, we have last but not least, London, who plays Sardar. What are you doing when you're not hanging around?
Hi, I'm London. You can find me on Twitter at London Carlisle. You can catch me soon playing some Call of Cthulhu this Saturday, 10 a.m. Pacific time. With your breakfast, watch us play Call of Cthulhu on Roll for its Twitch channel. We're having a great time over there. We're running a new campaign where there's lots of aquatic action. Next Tuesday, you can
There were
catch
dolphins.
me on There were dolphins. There were porpoise people. So yeah, buckle up for that. Next Tuesday, I'm playing on Chaosium's Twitch channel at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, for some more Call of Cthulhu. So check me out there.
And Chaosium makes a lot of awesome Cthulhu action, so definitely go check it out.
You're the OGs of Cthulhu.
Yeah.
Makers of the game. Yeah.
They make all the goodies, so you definitely want to go check that out. Definitely give a follow to my lovely cast here. And of course, you can find me at Margaret Krohn in all of the places because that's my name. That's where the stuff is. Hashtag branding. I do something almost every day. I have content coming out every single day. So if you're interested in checking it out, go ahead and do that. And of course, my daytime job is making video games. I currently work on a game called Ashes of Creation, and you can find it at Ashes of Creation in all of the places. And that will be it for us for episode 4 of The Mystery of Melody. We will see you next week for what happens next. Dun 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 dun. Toodles.